picking up a bunch of new plants from an old friend, going over the basic care of 3 edible and medicinal plants, and a quick taste test of one that is sometimes hailed as a superfood. Stick around for more, right now on The Clumsy Gardener. Hey folks, welcome back. So a few days ago, I visited my friend in the Western New Territories of Hong Kong in Guangzhou, Lai Tong. She has a real passion for the plants in the village and makes an effort to share what grows there with her friends. She also gave me this sweet guidebook they published of herbal medicines and various edible plants that grow in the village. Now, though I did bring back many plants with me, I thought we'd go over 3 today. We'll talk about some basic facts, how they're used, and we'll do a quick taste test of one of the leafy green ones. Now, first things first, some of these plants are considered to have medicinal properties in various traditions, so be mindful of this before you consume. This shouldn't be a substitute for other treatments one may need. Okay, so now let's look at the first one, the Marvel of Peru, also called 4 o'clock flower. It's also called 菌地老鼠, which translates to burrowing rat. The name comes from the shape of the tuberous roots that look kind of like dark sweet potatoes, but they have a mouse or rat-like shape. It has origins in Latin America, and as the name 4 o'clock flower suggests, it blooms in the late afternoon to early evening. Quite fragrant as well. It's fairly common now around the world as an ornamental. They're hardy, do well in most soils as long as there's good drainage, and they prefer full sun. Eventually, we'll have little black seeds that will quite easily start growing on their own, so I'll have to keep an eye out when it starts going to seed. Although the seeds are sometimes considered poisonous, so be aware. Ignore the pomelo seedling. I'll have to separate that one later. In fact, the 4 o'clock needs to be migrated to a larger and deeper container, growing into meter-tall bushes. It's said the Aztecs cultivated them for medicinal as well as ornamental purposes. I will likely have to migrate them soon, as they need the space to grow their roots, and get bushy with it. In Chinese culture, the primary part of the plant used are the roots. It's typically used in slow-boiled, nourishing soups, which are a family meal staple. It's also not something commonly found in the markets. This next plant, funnily enough, gets its name from a feature of its flowers: cat whiskers. Alright, so from rats to cats, Mao So Chou, literally cat whiskers grass in Cantonese, but it's got another name, Java tea. It's found mainly in southern China, Southeast Asia, and the Indian subcontinent. Also found in Queensland in Australia. They're really great for nectaring insects like bees and butterflies. These grow to be quite big, and since we keep everything in containers, it will be one plant in a large pot, probably a 20-liter/5-gallon sized pot. It's used to make herbal tea, so you can throw in a red date or 2 along with some slab or rock sugar. It's alleged to have diuretic properties, good for your renal system. And last but not least, the plant we'll be tasting today, Dong Dong Chou, longevity spinach or longevity greens. It's an edible vine. They propagate quite easily from cuttings apparently, which is good to know. It's found in China, Southeast Asia, and Africa. It grows wild, but I guess its ease of propagation makes it a good one to cultivate at home, and many have. These Lai Tong helped me migrate and plant them in this container. They've established, and when they get a bit larger, I'll separate them into different containers. The young leaves are said to be good to eat raw or cooked like other leafy greens, but I've been told there are several soup recipes that involve fish, egg, or pork bone that are supposed to taste great. When there's about 8 to 10 centimeters or 3 to 4 inches of growth, you can pick them and eat the leaves. Oh, also be careful not to overwater them. I'll be putting them somewhere where they get a bit of cover from heavy rain, but still get a few hours of sun, at least until they get larger. The older, tougher leaves can also be used to make herbal tea as well. It's touted as having many medicinal properties, good for various health issues, from regulating blood sugar, blood pressure, arthritis, coughs, respiratory ailments, among others. But like I said, this could be eaten like cooked veggies or raw, and since the plants are still quite small, I'm just going to pick a few leaves to see how they taste. So we've picked leaves of 3 different sizes, 3 different ages. I've just rinsed them off a bit. We're gonna go from It's okay, it was on my leg. It should be clean. It's very mild tasting, but the texture is interesting. It's not mucilaginous per se, but there is a bit of thickness to the leaf itself. So when you chew into it, there's a bit more texture. It has a relatively neutral flavor. That would go nice in many things, I'd imagine. I dig it. Even more mild. Still has that rough texture. I imagine this being something I could pretty easily just pick, throw into something that I'm cooking. Done. You've got some greens, got some healthy veg in there. So, last one. The wee one is a gentle, sort of herbal bouquet about it, if you will. Sorry if I sound pretentious, but yeah, neutral flavor, interesting texture, easy to eat, versatile, grows easily. I don't see what's not to like about this so far. And that is our episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care. Happy growing. We'll see you next time.